Okay, so now we are on edit an existing post. So option we already have, right? But we didn't use it yet. On post details page, we have added post functionality. This is the one. We have condition then when this button should be there, and we have this pencil icon to edit a post. Now we just need to use it. So we'll go to our details view model first. View models and details view model. We are going to create method here, private async task. Let's say edit post async. Okay, relay command, and we just want to go to our, what was that, await navigate async. We want to go to edit post page. So name of, what was that, save post page or add post page? Add post page. We should have named it save post or add edit post. Okay, so now we are going to this page, but what post we are editing? So we need to provide information that of that post as well. So from this edit post async, we will get a post model as a parameter, and we need to provide this post model to this add post page. Now if you go to add post page or save post view model, here we don't have any information about that. So first let's have the query property defined on the save post view model and a property defined here. Then we'll get the information of the post from details view model to this save post view model. Okay, so here at the very end, let's say private post model. We can have nullable, or let's have default without null, or let's have nullable only. Private underscore post model underscore post. This is going to be an observable property. Save it, and then on the save post view model, we are going to get it as a parameter. So we'll say query property name of post, and save name of post as query id as well. Save everything. Go back to the details view model. Here let's define our parameter. So we'll say param equals new dictionary of string and object, and then we'll set key as name of save post view model dot post. The property, the value is going to be this post, and then with await navigate async, we'll say this is a page, and then parameters are going to be this param. Save. Now let's quickly use this edit post async command from this post details page. So we have this border image, and on this border only we are going to have gesture recognizer, tab gesture recognizer, and command we are going to use binding and edit post command. Save it. Now with this, we'll be able to go to the save post view model. Now here we need to use it. If you see here what we are using content and photo path, these two things for all our operations. So whenever we are coming in edit mode, at that time we will simply set these two things from that post. Okay, so this is the thing by which we are coming here. So here we can say partial on post changed. Okay, then we have this value, or we can actually use this post also if we want to, because this on post change, this is going to be called after setting this post model. All right, so here what we will do first, let's quickly maybe check if value is not null, then only we'll do our things. So first thing, we'll set content equals post.content, and then we'll use photo path equals post dot photo URL. And I think we are good. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now we should be good. After this, when we are saving the post now we'll need to use some of the things. So here, if you remember, we have the save post DTO where we need to provide our post ID for update process, basically for existing of uh, post. If we are updating an existing post and we have is existing photo removed this property, we need to use these two things as well. So first we have photo ID. For that thing we can handle it from here. We can say when we are doing this JSON serialize, let's do this save post async. We can have this outside of this, say var dto equals new this thing, save post dto, use this dto here. Then here post id we are going to have it as post question mark dot post id. If this is null, then we'll simply have whatever default value goes there, dto. All right. Now next thing is if user has removed existing photo, right? This thing is existing photo removed. We need to handle this case. How can we handle this case? And then one more thing, we need to check when we are saying this photo path. This photo path, this is actual new photo, because when we are coming to this thing on post change, then we are setting this photo path. So this is actually an existing URL. This is not a physical photo path which user has added, right? So we need to handle this case as well. We need to know that if this photo is something which came from the previous page, that means post already had some photo URL, this is an URL, or if user has actually selected a new photo. If user has selected a new photo, then only we'll do this thing, this getting the photo stream part from here. So for this we can have multiple approaches. Let's do a quick one. So we can have a private nullable string existing photo URL, something like this. And when we are coming here on post changed, there we can simply set existing photo URL equals this post dot photo URL only. Okay. Now when we are going to save, first thing we are checking if photo path is not null or white space. Then we'll quickly check one more case, that this existing photo URL is not equals this photo path. That means user has selected some photo. Then only we'll go inside this thing. Then if user has removed an existing photo or not, we need to handle that case. So that we need to have somewhere here only. So what we can do here is we'll say if not string dot is null or white space existing photo URL, that means we had some existing photo URL and the new photo URL is null. The photo path is string dot is null or white space this thing. So here we had or we have existing photo, but the photo path is null. That means we are in edit case and user removed the photo. Okay, user has not uploaded new photo. If user would have uploaded a new photo, then it could have come in this case and photo path would not have been null. If we are here, then we'll say dto dot existing photo removed equals true. I think we should be good with all these things. Now when we go back, so from here we are going back, navigate back async. We are going back on the previous screen, which is actually our post details page. Here it will have the existing information, but we have modified the post. On this details page, when we are coming back, we have this post information. So we can come back to the details page again with the updated post information. So what updated things will we have? We will check those from here. So here we can quickly say, what does this result returns us? This is simple API result, right? But we should have the actual post DTO now. So let's do this. From the save post async method in the API, let's return the newly created post DTO. So we'll go to our API, services, post service. We have save post async. So from here, we are going to return our post DTO. Okay. Let's modify all the return statements for errors, success, and for this success, we need to have the post DTO here. Okay. So here we can say var DTO equals, or let's say post DTO equals new post DTO, and we can fill out the values here. The values are going to be we have DTO.post, we have post. When we are creating a new post, we are here. When we are modifying an existing post, then we are here. Let's do this. This post, let's have define this outside of this post, this if and else. We'll say post, a label post equals default value as null. Then we'll remove this var from here and we'll remove this var from here. Now this post object, it will have everything, whatever we need for our DTO to return. We are here. Now let's define one by one. So content will be post.content is bookmarked. Post.is bookmarked. Do we have is bookmarked? No, we don't. For this, we need to see what we can do. But right now, let's have all other things. Modified on post.modified on photo URL post.photo URL post ID post.id user ID user ID username. For this thing, we can't get directly from post.username. Post does not have username, but the top we are getting GUID user ID. So now what we can do, instead of getting user ID, we can actually get the complete logged in user information here. So logged in user and user. Then we can simply modify it. User.id. Here user.id. User.id. User.id again. And then in here, we can say user.id or we can say simple post.user.id. Then for username, we'll say user.name. User.name. Then we have user photo URL. We'll say user.photo URL. Then we have posted on. This we are going to get from post.posted on and save. Then with this success, we can return this post DTO. Now let's go to its consumer of this save post async method in our endpoints. Here we need to provide the user. So we'll say instead of get user ID, we'll say get user. We have already defined this method. Go back. We are here with post and post DTU. We are returning this post DTU now. Now on this endpoint, let's change the produces API result of post DTU. It returns this thing. Cool. Now let's go to our save post view model. Here we have this result, post saved, everything. But here we can say var saved post equals, here we'll say result dot data. We are not getting it because we didn't modify the interface. So it should be task API result post DTO. Okay. Now we'll have this result data. But we need this as post model. So we'll say post model dot from DTO and we'll say this. Okay, so this is the newly saved post and we need to provide this back to previous page. So we'll say navigate back async, or this time we can use the other version. We'll say navigate async dot dot to go to the back page, previous page, and then we'll have this parameter. We'll say new dictionary of string object and we can provide, what is the previous page? Post details page, right? We'll say post details page, or actually view model. We'll say details view model dot post name of details view model dot post. The value will be the saved post. So with this we are good. We said post saved, we reset these things, got the newly saved post and went back to the this new post information. And on our details view model we have this post query property, and from here we will have the updated things. It should work like this. Let's see if it is working now. Because we have changed our API as well, so we need to rerun our API. I'm going to right click on the API, debug, start without debugging. So it starts a builds and start the new instance with the updated API. And then I'll run the mobile MAUI application and I'll go to the detail page. Our app is here. Let's try to open one of the posts. And okay, this is not his own user's post. This is, I guess this is Mr. Broccoli, right? So let's tap on Mr. Broccoli one. And then we can edit. Let's tap on edit. And we didn't get that information, but we should have get that. Let's see what is happening here. So we'll go to our save post details view model. Let's put a breakpoint here. Go back. Try again. Thing is happening. Close. Go to detail page again. This is from some other, yeah. This user. Edit. And on post changed is not working. Why is it not working? Details view model. We have details view model, edit post async. This is getting called, right? Edit post async. Post details. We have added post command, but we have not provided the parameter. That's the problem. So this parameter we need to provide. Here we need to say command parameter. This should be binding the post. Save it. Should work without refreshing. Tap on it again. Sorry, edit. This time we should get, yes, we are here. Value should have the actual values. Test post Mr. Broccoli and everything. Continue. Now we can see this thing, but we have a challenge here. This post image is not there, but still we have this thing. That is happening because on save post model, the way we have defined our data triggers, for those we need to have photo path as string.empty, not null. But here what we are saying, photo URL is null, so it will set it to null. So here what we need to do, if this is null, we'll simply set string.empty, that is empty string. So we need to set this thing. Save it. Let's restart. Okay, we are here. Let's remove this breakpoint now. We don't need this. Click on the details of this test post from Mr. Broccoli. Edit. And now we can see the text, but the image is not here. Now let's say Broccoli updated. Okay. Let's say post saved, and we can see the updated text here. Again, go to the next page. We don't have that activity indicator here, right? I didn't see that. Let's quickly see if we have added that activity indicator or we missed that. So post, not add post page. Here we have scroll view, we have grid, and we didn't define anything. All right. What we can do, we can wrap entire scroll view in a grid. Paste the scroll view. After that, we can have our activity indicator with is running, finding is busy, vertical option center, horizontal option center. Save it. Now let's add an image for this. So pick from device. I'm going to add a photo here. This is the photo. I'm posting it. And we are back and we can see the photo. Cool. Now let's try to edit it again. Let's change the photo. Let's have this photo. Post activity indicator. We are back. Post saved. And we have this updated photo. Now let's try deleting this photo. So with that, we'll handle all the cases. I'm deleting this photo now. Here I'll say remove the photo from the post. Okay, so we have updated this and we can see this. So everything is working fine. We have this updated post always. We are coming back. So added functionality is also working. So this page is done. Home page is done. I guess with this, all the functionality, the main critical functionality, everything is working. We are on home page. All buttons are working. UI is working. We have everything updated. Like works, save works, comment works, then share works, right? Detail page. When we are on detail page, comment posting, listing, deleting the post, editing the post, close this modal menu, profile. On profile page, we have image, my post, bookmark post, all these things are working. Now, what we need to do, okay, this thing is also, we will fix this. From the UI point of view, we just have this thing, we just need to handle. Now it got removed. So something is not right with the uh, collection view initialization on, or we have the start index and all those things. So those things are not working. So maybe you can try to debug this. This is not a very big thing, but it would give you some debugging related stuff. So you can try this thing on your own. I don't want to spend time on this thing. Now, after this, when we are done with almost everything, now we have left with two things. One is real time updates. So we are going to use SignalR for that. And the second thing is making it to iOS compatible. Right now, we have tested everything on Android only. We have not go to the iOS yet. So what My plan is for next, I'm going to work on SignalR real-time updates first, and then we'll go to the iOS and then we'll test it out if everything is working or we need to make some change at some of the part of the application which is not working or not looking the way we want it to. And then after SignalR, we'll work on this notification as well. Then we'll move to the this page is still remaining. Cool. So that's the plan. Next thing, SignalR real-time updates.